Hey y'all, it's your girl Naya B. Today we're gonna get into these creepy TikToks. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Let's get into it.
Alcatraz Island Prison in California is the most haunted place in the United States, and I was unalive there. Hello, my name is undisclosed, but you can call me Urban. I was a prisoner at Alcatraz. If you don't know, the prison is on a rocky island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. Alcatraz was the most secure prison in the country. During its 29 years of operation from 1934 to 1963, it held the most dangerous criminals such as Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly. It was a 1.5-mile swim to the nearest land through the cold Pacific water, making it nearly impossible to escape. There was a special place in the prison called D Block, or the Hole, which was saved for the most severe offenders of the prison rules. I was put in the hole for misbehaving, and almost immediately after getting locked in, I saw a man with glowing eyes in the cell with me. I immediately started yelling for help, but during my time there, I was known as a joke among the guards, so they laughed it off and ignored me. This figure attacked me to the point where I was unalived, and when they guards did their investigations, I was covered in unexplained scratches and bruises that the cause of them still remain a mystery today.
This footage
It's
right
crazy.
here literally is the reason I never ever want to leave my house again. Me and my husband don't really get out much together, so we hired a babysitter and went out to dinner. And my phone had an alert, and this is what we saw on the doorbell. We called our babysitter and told her to go into the master bedroom and lock herself in the bathroom. Told her basically nothing's wrong, just a precaution. And we left the restaurant and came right home. But on the way home, of course, I'm watching this. God, I don't know what was said. The whole video recorded as white noise. But clearly she has something in her hands and it looks like a baby. And there's a storm outside. I don't know what her intentions were until we saw what she did at the end. But before that, she's just staring up into the sky. There was no rain. It was just thunder and lightning, constant. I had the babysitter on speakerphone on the way home while I'm watching this happen. We tried to reassure her and let her know that the police are on their way. It won't be too long. What I saw next made my heart drop.
Oh, y'all think that's real or is it a baby doll? Hmm.
The thing we can see her holding here that looks like a baby was a doll. She must have been using it as a prop to get into people's houses.
Oh, okay.
I gotta watch this. Say it again. I gotta watch this. Prove that you're here. Look at this. Why do you keep turning off the TV? Look at this entity. Oh. Just keep watching. Come here. Look. No, I can't do that. I don't think it's just down here. Watch. Look at that. This is the most active during the day that I've seen. Oh, there goes the Xbox 2. Wait a minute. You hear that? Oh, I'm not liking Watch this. Watch this. Oh, wow. Wait. I swear I can see. Ooh, stop it. What the fuck? I'm not liking that.
And why are you playing with the spirit? Like, you think this is a joke?
Hon, let's go to dinner or something for a while.
Let's go to dinner or something for a while. Nah, you need to be praying. You need to be saging.
What's going on, y'all? Time to go. What's going on?
Now, I haven't been like the biggest believer in these vanishing videos, but I just came across this video, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. I believe this motherfucker right here. This is coming from a police officer's body cam. So I want y'all to check this video out and let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Hey, how's it going? I was speeding, wasn't I? Yeah, you completely blew that stop sign in front of me. I did. I'm so sorry. I literally didn't even see it. This is my first time being pulled over. All right. Can I see your driver's license and registration? Yeah. It's not a big deal. Here's my license, but this is my mom's car. So where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs? I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's a birthday party. Got it. Not mine, but any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No, of course not. All right, sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. Okay. Your registration is listed. What the?
Yeah, that part. Pause. How do you explain that? How do you explain that without people thinking that you're crazy?
This
What
real.
the? Sarah? 3201.
That shit crazy right there.
That
Dispatch. I
part.
have a
This girl was locked inside of a coffin-sized box for 7 years. In May 1977, Colleen Stan, a 20-year-old woman, was hitchhiking to a friend's birthday party when she accepted a ride from Cameron and Janice Hooker, a married couple with a young child. Instead of taking her to the party,
Wait, did he say their last names is Hooker? I can't even take y'all serious. And why is you hitchhiking to a birthday party?
the Hookers abducted Colleen and took her to their home in Red Bluff, California. For the next 7 years, Colleen was held captive in a small, coffin-like box. She was subjected to extreme physical and psychological abuse. Colleen was also brainwashed and manipulated into believing that an underground organization known as the Company would harm her family if she attempted to escape or seek help. Colleen's captivity ended in 1984 when she was allowed to visit her family. During this visit, she revealed her horrifying ordeal to her family, who immediately contacted law enforcement. Cameron Hooker was convicted of kidnapping and various sexual offenses and was sentenced to 104 years in prison.
My name.
What did the hookers expect when they let her free? Did they think she was just gonna go see her parents and not say nothing? Yeah, yeah. Like, what? Yeah. I know that they knew once they let her free that was gonna happen. I hope. I hope.
Is Tamara Samsonova, also known as the Granny Ripper. I was a Russian serial slayer, born in 1947. I gained notoriety in 2015 when the dismembered remains of my friend Valentina was found in St. Petersburg. Due to our conflicted friendship, I made Valentina a salad with crushed sleeping pills in it. Once she was unconscious, I used 2 knives and a hacksaw to shear her into pieces. I confessed to the crime and shocked investigators by revealing I had been a serial K for decades, often targeting elderly victims. What set me apart was my chilling habit of documenting my crimes in a diary and on camera. I would even consume the body parts of my victims. Due to my severe mental instability, I was institutionalized rather than receiving a traditional prison sentence. My case highlighted the challenge of dealing with serial slayers who have significant psychological disorders, emphasizing the need for improved mental health interventions.
I feel like they honestly gave her like a slap on the wrist because her old ass should have been in prison. Period. It is giving OG Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what it's giving.
Within the criminal justice system. You know that little plastic seal on medicine bottles that is almost impossible to take off? Even if they have that little pull part, 9 out of 10 times it never works. The reason why we have that is because back on September 29th, 1982, 7 people bought over-the-counter Tylenol, and when they ingested it, they all collapsed on the ground and died. At first, there wasn't a clear correlation as to what caused all of these mysterious deaths until one of the mourning families, Stanley Janus and his wife Teresa, went back to their now deceased loved one's home to take some Tylenol to cure their headaches caused from crying all day, and shortly after they both passed away. That tragedy led investigators to piece together the truth and potentially saved hundreds of other individuals' lives. When they tested the bottle of medicine, they found 100 to 1,000 times the lethal dose of cyanide. After the incident, 31 million bottles of Tylenol were recalled, and after the incident, several copycat murders followed, thus causing us to now have the safety seal. Oh yeah, and none of these murders were caught.
Wow.
me, but this story is too extreme to keep under 1 minute. Hi, my name is Ethan, and here's everything you need to know in under a minute and a half. 20-year-old Krista Pike began to feel jealous of her friend, 19-year-old Colleen Slimmers, as she feared that she was trying to steal her boyfriend Daryl Ship from her. However, later on, Colleen's friends claimed that that was far from the truth. On January 12th, 1995, Krista, Daryl, and one of their friends, Shadala Peterson, had lured Colleen into the woods near the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, promising her free weed. Once they were there, Krista bashed Colleen's head with her knee and then began hitting her repeatedly. They tortured and stabbed Colleen for almost an hour, and eventually Daryl had carved a satanic symbol in her chest. The couple apparently sacrificed Colleen to the devil, and Krista even kept a piece of Colleen's skull as a trophy. The next day, Colleen's body was found, and Krista was almost immediately turned.
Why she smirking in the picture? She look weird.
And as she was seen dancing around the room, telling her friends about the crime that she had just committed, she even showed off the piece of Colleen's skull that she had. She was arrested and told investigators everything, and her confession was 42 pages long. She was sentenced to death and still has not shown any remorse. As of today, she is still alive, and people are actually fighting that her death sentence be removed and she just serve life in prison.
No, she killed somebody, so she needs to die too. What?
Let me know what you guys think.
50 years after my escape from Alcatraz, I sent a letter to the FBI. I can assure you that you're not ready to find out what I told them in that letter. 50 years ago, my brother Clarence, our friend Frank Morris, and I, John Anglin, accomplished the unimaginable. We escaped from Alcatraz, one of the most secure prisons in the world. We spent months preparing our escape plan, digging a tunnel through the walls of our cells with simple stolen spoons and pieces of iron. We crafted fake heads using paint and hair collected from the prison barbershop, and we placed them in our beds to deceive the guards. We braved the icy bay on a raft we made by stitching together raincoats. It was an
So, I think my boyfriend told me, but supposedly a lot of people that are in prison are like very smart. So for them to build heads to make it look like it was like an actual person, that's very clever.
escape worthy of a movie, yet it was real. Today, I am the last of us three still alive. I am 83 years old and very ill. I have lived a long time in the shadows, always fearing that my past would catch up to me. But today, I am ready to face reality. I have decided to turn myself in, but on one condition. I want to spend the rest of my life in freedom. In exchange, I will give the
Huh? That didn't make sense. How you turn yourself in for one, but you want freedom? Am I tripping or did that make any sense? Because it didn't make sense to me.
details of how we managed to escape. You're not ready to find out the contents of that letter. Write part 2 if you're prepared for me to reveal it to you. Hey, baby, you okay? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, mom, you need to call.
What you've just seen is called a bug in the Matrix. It's a glitch like in video games, but in real life, it's really creepy. There are numerous videos on the internet showing this kind of incident. Look, this girl is like on pause. She's not moving. Then she leaves as if nothing had happened.
Oh
And now
wow.
look where the ball went. Oh my.
He said, "Oh."
And now, look how shocked people are here. The sky is really strange. It's getting really scary.
You know what? I find it crazy that stuff like this is like actually happening. I know it's 10 times crazier seeing it in person, but it's just mind blowing to know that stuff like this is really happening. If you guys were to see anything like this, how would you guys react? Put in the comments. I would freak out.
Do not let your kids around the water in New Mexico. Hello, my name is La Llorona. I was once a beautiful woman in
And was she ate?
Mexico, and I was married to a Spanish man and had two kids. My husband traveled for work, but always came back to visit. Until one day his visits stopped altogether. I was heartbroken and angry to get back at him for leaving us. I decided to drown our two kids in the river. When I came back to my senses, it was too late. I spent every day crying and mourning for my children. I couldn't stand the pain, so I threw myself into the river. But even though I passed, I am still stuck on the earth, still looking for my children today. You might hear me say, if you hear me calling, stay as far away as possible. I might confuse you as my child and snatch you and drag you into the river so you can be with me.
Have you guys watched that movie? I think it's on Prime, but it was a good movie.
Like I'm dead, you killed me, I'm dead now. Shut up, Deku! Boo! This is TikToker Claire Miller, and in 2021, she stabbed her sister to death. So back in 2021, Claire Miller was your average 14-year-old girl. She was normal, she went to school, she had friends, and she posted a lot of videos on TikTok where she accrued a small fan base. There are even still pages to this day devoted to reposting her old TikToks and sharing them. But Claire had a dark side that nobody ever noticed. And that dark side would lash out in the worst imaginable way in 2021. So, Claire had an older sister named Helen. She was 19, Claire was 14, and sadly, Helen had cerebral palsy, which, as you know, is a debilitating disease. But for some reason, on February 2nd, 2021, Claire snapped. She grabbed a knife inside of her house and stabbed her 19-year-old sister, Helen, in the neck.
Oh wow.
Claire then called the police to turn herself in and was hysterical on the phone, claiming, "I killed my sister, you need to come here now." And when authorities arrived at her house, Claire was standing out front. She was covered in blood, there was blood in the snow, and her sister was found inside of the home with a knife still inside of her neck. Authorities have gone on the record after this murder and stated how this case is so unusual because it was a sister murdering her older sister, and Claire was so young when she committed this crime. She was only 14 years old. Now, obviously, Claire's parents were horrified to find out that this had happened. They not only lost one of their daughters, but they lost their other daughter too because she was then arrested. And even though her attorneys tried to get this case moved to juvenile court, that motion was denied. And even though after her trial it was found that Claire was mentally ill, she was sentenced to 12 and a half years to 40 years in prison after.
Do you guys think she did it because clearly her sister is has special needs? So do you think she wanted to her take her sister's life because she felt like her sister was getting more attention than she was? Hmm. But if that's the case, then just say that. Just say you feeling some type of way. But to take your sister's life, like that's crazy. I would never.
Third-degree murder conviction. This story, once again, just goes to show that you can't ever really tell who a person is based on what they post on social media.
Facts.
Because you could never tell by Claire's post that she was about to murder her own sister. I mean, just take a look at this final video.
What if the things that our kids watch, what if it really does have something to do with creepy stuff? Hmm.
Things that bother you, they never bother me. I will be showing the video, but nonetheless, hi, my name is Ethan, and here's everything you need to know in under 1 minute. In September of 2017, 31-year-old Laura Wallen vanished into thin air. Her boyfriend Tyler Tessier had played the part of the worried boyfriend desperate for answers. However, he was living a double life. He had a fiance, and he feared that Laura would expose her pregnancy. The night of her unaliving, Laura texted her friend and stated, "Tyler has taken me to an open field in Damascus. I'm not sure why we're here, but it's in the middle of nowhere." Her body was found a few days later. Sam and Colby eventually uploaded a video where they were in the same area at the same time, and they captured a woman begging for help. Here's the video. Did you get that? Yeah. Somebody is screaming. Bloody murder. Whoa. Guys, what the f... Do you hear that? Yeah. What do you guys think?
Sheesh. That's crazy. So tell me what you guys thought about the video. What was you guys' highlight? My highlight would have to be the sister killing her sister, her big sister. Like, yeah, I'll never understand that. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Um, hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, I am out.